Hello, welcome back. So we will continue our discussion that we were discussing the previous part. So we were talking about the net effective area calculation. So in the previous part, we have seen how we find out net effective area in case of plates. Now, if there are angles, how do we find out angles net effective area? Well, angles look like this. So while calculating the net effective area, it is very important to know whether both legs of angle is connected or a single leg of angle is connected. For example, if the angle is connected with this leg, with this plate, along say in case of bolt, with the bolt, if it is connected with one leg only, this leg is unconnected leg. So we call it outstanding leg. We call it outstanding leg. If the leg which is connected, we call it connected leg. Now when we connect angle with one leg only, the distribution of stress is not uniform along both legs. We can see that using this diagram. In this case, if you see that this angle is connected along this leg only and it is not connected along this. So in that case, you can see the 3D diagram. There some bolt holes are done in one leg only. The another leg is outstanding part and it is not connected. So when there is a force will be higher in this leg, but it will be lower in this case, which means we are not able to use the cross section of the angle more effectively. And because of that, there is one phenomena which occur, which is called shear leg. So we will see that shear leg in the next slide. So here we are supposed to know how do we find out the net effective area for the angles if one leg is connected and the other leg is not connected. So in that case, what we do is we try to find out net effective area in two terms. So in that case, net effective area will be the sum of ANC plus AGO. Now, what is the meaning of ANC? ANC is the net area of the connected part. So in this case, you can see in the connected part, there are holes. So how do we find out that? So for example, if this is B and the dia of hole say is D naught. So in that case, how do we find out A and C? It will be B minus D naught multiplied by thickness of angle. Thickness of angle will be T. So A and C formula will be this. If there are two bolts or more than two bolts, in that case we can use N. If there in our case we are looking at in the cross section only one bolt hole is shown, so we are using the single value D naught. But if there are in the cross section, if there are two holes or more than two holes, in that case we will use B minus ND naught multiplied by T. So this is how we calculate A and C. Yes, one more thing. Well, see this. In case of L section or angle section, what we are doing is we consider this as B and we consider this as B. You can notice in both cases we are considering this thickness and this thickness twice in both cases. So that is why this formula will actually be B minus D naught minus T by 2 multiplied by T. So this is how we calculate A and C. Similarly, AGO. If we are calculating AGO, AGO will be the gross area of the outstanding part. So in the outstanding part, you can see there is no hole. So that is why it is considered as a gross sectional area. So AGO will be B minus T by 2 multiplied by T. So this is how we calculate AGO in this case. And once we add both ANC and AGO, we will be able to identify, we will be able to find out net effective area of the angle which is connected with one leg only. Now, in the another case, if both leg of angles are connected, now how do we find out A net in that case? So for that, here you can see if both the angles are connected like this, I'm showing this again. Say example, in this case, there may be a connection along this plate or maybe say along this plate also. If there are connection like this and connection along both this leg also. So if they are connected both along the both leg, how do we find out that? How do we find out net effective area in that case? Well, what we do is, first we assume that we are spreading as this angle is like this. So first what we will do is, we are trying to spread this leg on like this. In this case also you can see this leg is, we are assuming that it is spreading straight. So once it is straight, we will be able to identify the net effective area just like we calculate in case of plates. But in this case, there is one important value which we need to determine, which means this distance between this plus distance between, this GB and GA. So now in this again, GA is including the thickness of this angle, GB is including the thickness of this leg. So in case of GA and GB, we deduct one thickness. So this is how we find out G star. So G star is what? Once we spread it, then you can see this will be projected in the plane like this. So this one, this hole is shown, this one, and this hole is there, this one. So now the point is, how do we find out this distance between, GA and GB? What we have done is, we have spread it, and now we are getting the value of GA plus GB, but in that we are counting the thickness twice, and that is why one thickness is deducted. So this is how we find out the G star. So once we get the G star, we will be able to identify the net sectional area based on the section which we are considering. So once we spread it like this, then we may consider section this, along this, and this. If we are considering like this, we will count how many inclines are there, and based on that we will use this formula, P square by 4G. Okay, so once we spread it, we make it a plate, we will be calculating net effective area just like we calculate in case of the plate. The only important thing is, how do we find out this G star value? Now talking about the shear lag effect, in the previous slide I was discussing that when there is angle, when we use angle, and if we connect one leg of the angle and the other leg is disconnected, so we call it outstanding leg. So this leg is not utilized properly. So now in this diagram, see properly, there is animation coming, again see. So this red zone is actually showing the effective part of the angle, while this yellow zone, you can see this is not effective. So when such case arises, when we are not able to utilize some part of the section properly, in that case the phenomena which arised in this case is shear lag effect, which means we are not able to use this angle section properly. And that is why sometimes what we need to do is we need to, whenever we are calculating the strength, we need to deduct that strength because of this shear lag effect. Why? Because some part of our section is not utilized in the while taking the load. The same shear lag effect you can see in the next example also. Say in this case, there is a channel section. So one leg of channel is connected with this plate. The another leg of channel is connected with this plate, but this plate is unconnected. I mean, this leg is unconnected, this vertical part. So when there is a load like this, when the channel section is stretching, in this also, now see the animation. There you can see again the red part, this red part is under the stress, while this yellow part is not taking the load, or it is not effective to take the stress, or this part, this yellow part is less stressed and this red part is more stressed. So when such thing occurs in the section, what we are supposed to do is we have to reduce the strength of tension member in such cases where shear lag effect may occur. So we will continue this discussion in the next part. Thank you.